Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how to make your sketchbook that you're going to be working in for Wednesdays, virtual Wednesdays. This is the finished sketchbook right here. You can see it has a stitched binding along the spine. It's made out of cereal box, something that we could reuse, and I don't know, still kind of looks kind of cool. And then in the inside it is construction paper and drawing paper. Okay, the very back inside cover is going to be your Sketchbook Frenzy drawing options. You're going to be gluing this into the very back cover. All right, so that's the finished one. I'm going to walk you through how to make your sketchbook. So you're going to need your sketchbook prompts. You're going to need a glue stick. Set those off to the side. A needle with a large, let's see if I can zoom in here, with a large eye, okay, and a length of embroidery floss, a ruler, pencil, and cereal box cover. Okay, this is measured 9 inches by 14 inches. And I just used this crease that was already there from the structure of the box. Okay. And then you're going to also need, this is 9 by 12 construction paper. I have I've got 5 sheets of that, and then 4 sheets of white drawing paper. All right, so the first thing that we're going to start out with is getting our paper ready. So you're going to need to fold your paper. Do it 1 sheet at a time. Then you get a really nice crease. Use the side of your thumb. And you're going to fold all of these in half, matching them up corner to corner. So do that with all 5 pieces of construction paper. And then all of the drawing paper I give you as well. Oops. So I have all the paper folded. Now what I'm going to do is, starting with construction paper, it doesn't matter what color you choose, I'm going to start making the pages, the booklet basically that's going to go inside of my sketchbook. So alternating construction paper with drawing paper. Again, it does not matter what color order you go in, whatever you choose. But I'm always placing the next color inside, open it up and place it inside of the last one that I just laid down. Again, alternating construction paper with drawing paper. Okay. So you should have a booklet that looks like this. All right, you're going to open it up to your centerpiece, which should be a piece of construction paper. You're going to use your ruler and a pencil. And I am going to measure, I'm going to put right on the spine where the fold is. I'm going to line my ruler up, and it's 6 inches. So I am going to make a dot every inch, all the way down the spine. This is 9 inches. I might have said 6. This is 9 inches. Okay, so I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots. All right, I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit so you can see them. All right, they're right down the spine. Okay, one other thing that you should have, and I will give you all one of these, is a binder clip. I forgot to say that. Now, the way that you work these, some people are a little confused by these if you've never used them before. You pull these back, okay? And then these, you pinch these together and it opens the clip up. All right? These are going to be really, really handy for keeping all your paper together. So clip the top of it, and then these little metal flaps come down. All right? Now I'm going to use my needle, my sewing needle, and I'm going to poke holes in right on the dots that I marked out and kind of wiggle them around in there a little bit to open up the hole. It'll make it that much easier for you when it's time to stitch. Again, I'm right on the spine, on those holes, on those dots. I made them over just slightly, but that's okay. We'll just move them over. You have quite a bit of paper to go through, so it's going to take a little bit of force. And if you can only do, you know, like 3 pages at a time, go ahead and do that. Then line it back up and then do the next ones if that is easier for you. Okay? If doing all your pages at one time is too difficult, problem solve a way to figure it out so it'll work for you. All right, so my pages are done. I'm going to set those aside. Now, my cereal box, I'm going to open that up to the inside. I need my ruler again, and I am going to do exactly what I just did on the paper. Every inch, I'm going to put a mark. So in the end, I should have 8 marks. All right, there they are, right down the spine. Again, take your needle, pre-punch it. Okay, so this is the outside. You can see right along the spine, I've got these all pre-punched. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, unclip my pages. I am going to place these in the inside. Now I cut your sketchbook covers a little bit wider than the pages, so when we fold it together, your pages are not hanging out over the cover. So you will notice on the side that, see, you have extra, like a gap like that. Everybody has that, okay? So you're not doing anything wrong. So kind of tap them in, line everything up on the, make sure that your spines are lining up. Then you can take your binder clip and clip it back in again. That will help you to keep your pages secure to your cover when you're doing your stitching. Okay, now you're going to need your embroidery floss and your needle. Okay, I usually like to wet the thread before I thread it, but the eye is pretty wide. Okay, so everybody can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I have it threaded through. I'm going to pull this so my ends are matching up. Okay, like this. And I'm going to tie a single knot as close to the end as I can. I don't want to put it way down here because then I'm going to waste all that thread. So put it in as close as you can. Just a simple knot. Okay, I'm going to show you the knot one more time. Take that out. Okay, so I have it like this. I'm going to cross over that end, making a loop, bring this under, slide it down towards the end, and pull. Okay, just one knot will work just fine. And we are ready to start stitching. Okay, so you're going to start with, let's start at the second hole down. I'm going to start in the inside of my sketchbook. Okay, so I'm going to push through. And I'm going to go all the way through, and I'm going to make sure that I am pulling that thread tight on the other side. I don't want any little bunches of thread in here. Okay, now I'm going to go down from this cover through the paper. Oops. Oh, it shifted a little bit. I can see that. I might need to give you guys 2 binder clips. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 2 binder clips, so you'll be putting one at the top and one at the bottom. All right. So I'm going to clip this in at the bottom as well. That'll stop it from shifting. Okay. All right. So now, again, I'm pulling my thread tight. Always check the other side to make sure that you're pulling it tight. Okay. Now I'm going to go down. Pull it tight. Back through. I might have to adjust this just a little bit. If you notice that when you're sticking your needle back through that you're not hitting your holes, you might need to move it over just slightly. There we go. Okay, so just watch what you're doing and you might need to adjust it a little bit. Remember guys, we're human, right? Not machines. Okay, next one. Pull it tight. Now I'm down at the bottom. Okay, now I need to go back up the sketchbook spine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to worry about going down here to the bottom. I'm going to come back up to that last hole, going back up. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Remember, my stitching is nice and tight. I don't want to pull it so hard that I rip my pages, but I don't want any gaps in my thread. Okay, and do you see what's happening? It's all getting completely stitched. Okay, because I'm going back up the top of towards the top of the sketchbook. This is a really simple binding, but it does a great job and it looks good. It's back in. So you're always flipping your sketchbook from front to back, front to back. Okay, I'm going to bypass my knot. When you're doing this hole, try to go in alongside of the knot. Let me zoom in for that for you. See how I'm going alongside of it? And then I'm back up at the top. Okay, so now your stitching should look like this, okay? At the top of my sketchbook. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go under. You see what I'm doing? I'm going under my thread. I might need to make your string a little bit longer. Okay, I did that 2 times. Yeah, I'm going to make your thread a little bit longer, guys, so this is easier for you to do. I'm going to cut my thread. And on that last one, okay, I've gone around it 2 times. This will be easier for you because you're going to have your needle attached. I apologize for this, guys. I'll make your thread a little bit longer so it's easier for you to do. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my thread through that loop. Okay, so here's the loop right here. Let me show you. Right here, this is my loop that I've made by wrapping it around and around. I took the end of my thread and I brought it through that loop, just like this. There goes my needle, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it tight. Okay? And there I've just knotted off my sketchbook. If I wanted to really make sure that it was in nice and tight, I could do that one more time. Take it around. See, I'm making like a 4. And then I'm going to take this end and it's going to go under and through. And it's going to get my hand out of there. It's going to get pulled through. Okay? So it's going around, under the stitch of the spine, and I'm going to pull it through. All right. Then I'm going to cut my tail using a scissors. Don't cut it like super close to the knot, but you want to cut it kind of close. Okay, so right about there. All right, you can take your clips off. And then you're going to need to kind of crease in that spine a little bit. Okay, and there you have your sketchbook. Pretty simple. All right, I think it looks cool with the cereal logos and the printing and the color on the front. Okay, so now what you're going to do, the last step, super important. This is basically a list of all your sketchbook prompts. There's 25 of them. My expectations are that on Wednesdays, virtual Wednesdays, you're going to be picking one subject or one prompt from here, and you're going to draw this in your sketchbook. Okay, I don't care what pages you go onto. You're going to be able to do, you can do any type of drawing. You can use pencil, pen, whatever you have at home is fine with me. If you'd like to do collaging and cut up newspapers and magazines, glue them in. If you want to write in here, incorporate words, I'm great with that too. This is completely open for you to do any type of medium that you have at home. Okay, you do not need to go out and purchase special things. If you have paints and things like that on hand, that's great. But if you don't, you can do some wonderful work with pen and pencil. All right, I am looking for quality on this. Okay, it's going to be graded twice a month. You'll be getting a sketchbook grade from me. When you're finished with your drawing, you're always going to take a picture of it and submit it to Google Classroom. Okay, so what I would like you to do though, you have this little booklet. of all your different prompts. I do not want this getting lost. So what you're going to do is take your glue stick and you're going to glue all over the back page of that little booklet. All right, flip it over. And then this is the back cover. Make sure it's facing upwards. I'm just going to glue in that back page. This way, your prompts will never get lost. You will always have it if you have your sketchbook. Okay, can you see? I've glued in the back page. You can open it up, kind of smush out your creases if you need to. All right, and now I have 25 of my sketchbook prompts right in my sketchbook. They will not get lost. Okay, so this is your sketchbook. Ta-da! Pretty sweet. Bye, guys.